Vic Lombardi's been a big part of the Denver sports scene for a long time, from his long run at Channel 4 to his current home on Altitude TV and radio. His analysis, humor, and personality have made him a fan favorite, a true Denver native who wears his passion on his sleeve. Well, his passion right now, though, is focusing in a different direction as Vic has become one of nearly 175,000 American men who are annually diagnosed with prostate cancer. Vic joins me now. I got to ask you first, you ever been in Channel 9 before?
I was thinking when you were rolling that video, growing up, I always wanted to be on Channel 9. I never know it was going to be like this. Right. Here I am on Channel 9, Mom.
You finally made it. Everyone got to learn this week what we've been talking about for a month or so behind the scenes about you been diagnosed with prostate cancer. Take us back to how that happened, because it didn't seem like you were someone who would be a normal candidate.
Yeah, Tom, it was crazy, and I still am waiting for somebody to call me and say, "Hey, April Fools!"
Right.
You know, you still have those moments. You're scared all the time, and I am very vulnerable. But I found out in December I decided to have a physical. I went in and got a physical, and doctor says, "Hey, why don't you go see the urologist?" And I was like, "Why? Whatever. I'll go see the urologist." Your prostate needs some work, and I thought the prostate was in the kneecap. I literally did not know where the prostate was located.
Right.
Turns out this is my prostate right here.
You have a lapel pin of a prostate.
Yeah, compliments of my doctor, UC Health, Paul Maroney. Yeah, so I carry it everywhere I go. I'm going to pin my own prostate when they take it out and just put it on my jacket as well. But anyway, so in December I get my physical. They tell me my prostate needs some examining. Prostate level PSA was high. Didn't know what that was. In television terms, a PSA is a public service announcement.
Yeah.
One thing led to another, and one day I get a phone call saying, "You got cancer." So it's really crazy. It's really crazy how that works.
But you've done the normal things that would normally turn up a cancer diagnosis, but that test changed everything.
Without that test, right now I'd be carrying basically a grenade in my body. And without that test, I'd never know where I am and that cancer is growing. I never knew what that test was. Most times that test is administered to guys who have a family history of prostate issues, who have prostate symptoms, who are above the age of 50. I'm 0 for 3 on that.
Right.
I have no symptoms, no family history, and I'm 49 years old. My doctor just suggested it because I was going to turn 50, which is why it's my passion. I want people to know, you turn 40. You should go get a prostate test.
Well, let's talk about that, because the decision to take the story public this week changed everything, and it was something you thought, I'm sure, long and hard about, but once you arrived at it, you've gone in full force.
Oh, it's great. It's therapeutic for me. I can't tell you how many people have reached out via email, via phone call, text, Twitter. I've had so many people, because you feel so alone when you have this diagnosis. And there's just today, just before I walked in here, I talked to 3 different gentlemen, a guy in Kansas, a 45-year-old man here in Denver who got his done at Sky Ridge, 45 years old, younger than me, who's sitting at home 48 hours removed from his surgery, and you're getting all these stories, and it's the same story every time. I had no idea I had prostate cancer. I had no idea about PSA. You go to the doctor, boom, there it is.
But you can hear the stories and you can read the articles. You can even know people who've been diagnosed with cancer, but when they tell you that, I imagine a lot of things flash in front of you. Your parents, your wife, your children, all those things, and how you're going to have to tell them. No matter how you can handle it, you're going to have to tell them.
Well, there's about 2 to 3 weeks of like, this isn't true. This is a joke. The lab results are fake. You just don't, because I feel fine.
Right.
I mean, right now I feel like I can dunk a basketball.
Same. Well, let's not.
And I've never dunked a basketball.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But you know what I'm saying? You feel fine. And yet you've got this thing, this clock ticking in your pelvic region that you don't understand even existed. But what I'm telling guys is the women have done such a great job with breast cancer awareness, right? And there's so many things that women understand now about breast cancer. We have to catch up as far as men are concerned when it comes to the prostate. Half the guys, my brothers, again, they don't even know where the prostate's located.
Right.
Don't even know what it is. We should know. It's something like this.
Well, 1 in 9 men are going to have prostate cancer in their lifetime.
Yeah,
the
well,
statistics are alarming.
I got 1 in 7 on my numbers.
So, but either way, it's something you should be paying attention to.
Yeah.
So you tell your family you're now going to have surgery next week. Are you changing every day as you get closer to that day? Are you looking forward to it? Are you fearing that date? How does it feel?
I'm sleeping less and less before that date approaches. Yeah. I'm not afraid of the surgery.
Right.
What we fear, I think anybody that has the C word associated with them, the fear is not the surgery. The surgery is going to help me.
Right.
The fear is the unknown.
Right.
The
what
fear
they'll
is,
find?
You know, there's no guarantees. There's no, my version of prostate cancer, it's based on a Gleason score, 1 to 10. I have a Gleason of 9, which is a very aggressive cancer. So no doctor can tell you, hey, you're cured. If you have the surgery, you're fine. That doesn't,
Right.
you know, you hope it doesn't come back. 65% chance it does. Some say, you know, when you start hearing stuff like that, like, what do you mean? We're curious by nature in this business. That doesn't suffice for me. I need to know.
But a 9 out of 10 is alarming, and it's something that has to let you talk about shortening your sleep and things like that. But the idea that you did catch it when you did makes that 9 a little more understandable or appreciable. You can understand that this is a good thing that you're getting started now.
You're exactly right. I mean, I'd still be walking around, but then you always ask yourself, I wonder if I would have caught it 8 months earlier or a year earlier, you know, blood test. I don't understand. So a PSA test is just a simple blood test. And even if you don't have the proper insurance to get one, it's $100. Is your life worth $100?
Yeah, no doubt. That's something that, and maybe should be made available at less than, if you don't have the money.
Just peace of mind, man. Peace of mind means everything.
Prostate cancer can be hard to find, but there are other reasons that it may not be as easily diagnosed.
We're in the television business, right? We're about as vain as it gets, correct?
It can happen.
It's all about our hair, right? Well, years ago, you know, I said, I looked at my hair one day and I said, I want to make sure this head of hair remains intact. So I did what a lot of young men do. I started taking, it's called finasteride, minoxidil. It's little pill form, just not to add hair, but to maintain the hair you already have, to maintain the thickness of the hair. I didn't want to lose this thickness of hair.
This mane.
Well, as luck would have it, bad fortune would have it, the one pill, the one medicine you take that can mask PSA levels is finasteride. So my PSA levels, when they came back and they said, well, it doesn't look that bad, it's a 4.5. It's actually double that.
Really?
Yes. So the moment I got my results back, my biopsy, my doctor said, stop taking that now. So I stopped taking it. And now my PSA levels have steadily risen to what they normally should be.
The true level is now showing. And these are products under brand names like Propecia.
Yes, you know, and you don't think anything of it. You're taking these things because it's helping you, you know, with your look, whatever it may be. But it can silently mask some things that are way more important.
So you certainly, not necessarily stop taking it, but certainly let your doctor know that you are, if you are in fact looking for an accurate test.
Exactly right. If you're getting a blood test, let them know exactly what you're taking and the effect it may have on this PSA level.
Tell me what you want men to do who are watching this today. If they're, let's say, 40 years old or older, what should they do?
First thing is become aware of what a prostate is, what it does. Do some work, Google it. I mean, why you need one. There's so much I can talk about that. This is not the time or place. But understand the function of a prostate, what a prostate exam can do for you, what a PSA test can do for you. Just that education alone will take care of everything. Trust me.
We'll be looking for you next week. We'll be thinking of you. We'll be praying for you. And I know you have so many friends from growing up in this part to everyone getting to know you on TV, and those of us who've known you for a long time. We all wish you the very best, and we're glad you're doing what you're doing.
Tommy, I appreciate it. You're free to have the Channel 9 cameras in the surgery room if you like.
You know what? It could happen. It could happen. Vic, thanks so much for coming by.
Appreciate it.